So we sent out an email and we got a pretty good response from it. There's quite a few folks that responded saying that they have either played or they're going to come play or they're downloading and so on and so forth. Every time that we've had an influx of new people, it creates the need for us to be back here closer to Vada to run more protection for them while they're in the graveyard. But I think that one of the things we haven't communicated to those new people is how many times we all died in the graveyard to the red people and the gray people and so on and so forth. And so I think that if we tell them that they can expect to die 50 times their first 2 or 3 days in the graveyard while they're getting those heads and leveling up their skills, that'll probably set a realistic expectation. Wouldn't you guys say?
I can agree with that.
And then after that, you don't die so much.
It teaches you good habits out there too, as far as putting your shit in your bank and not
Looking
carrying a ton
around
with
all
you.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of focusing on that skeleton, you got to look around constantly, see what's going on. Got to go hide in the bushes.
And I think it's important to know too that, I mean, people killing you and taking your shit in this game is not like any other game you've played. I mean, it's just people do to you and they're not really your enemy. It's just part of the game, you know?
I'm learning that slowly.
Yeah, it's a different mentality. I mean, there's people that you'll be fighting next to at one time, and another time they, you know, a day ago they killed you and looted your shit.
Yeah. And so our goal is for you to get your skills up as fast as you can so that you can be useful out in our roaming combat or in whatever crafting professions you're going to be doing. And generally that takes less than a week. You don't have to have everything maxed out to get out and get going. You just have to hop on a mount and get that riding up to about 50 or 60. And then you can get going with us.
Yeah,
think it'd
I'm
be-
training a new character right now to be able to assist.
Cool.
I think it's helpful too, like just some of the guys recommending weapons and stuff like that, and letting people know what we find as guilds work. Like a spear and shield seems to be very popular. It's a good choice in a weapon. We need to share that information so you don't have people wasting their skill ups on every weapon in the book.
For that matter, you guys have been sharing information with me, and I've just been using it. So I know now how to build things thanks to you guys. So, food, getting mounts up, weaponry.
So what are we not doing for the new people that we need to be doing?
I think you're answering the questions that we ask. I'm excelling because of the answers that you've given me. You've assisted me with weapons, even though I keep losing them. Thank God I don't anymore. I put them away. But right now, I don't see anything that's lacking for noobs with you guys.
Well, once you get out of the graveyard mode, we have a steady supply of weapons and armor for you. And we'll show you where our safe houses are at and all that kind of stuff, and where you can pick up spare sets of armor and how all the systems work. And then we can also show you what the methods are for feeding the system that creates those sets of armor and weapons.
Correct.
Although right now we really don't need a lot of help with that.
Now, once I peg out my gold at about 30 to 50, how do I donate?
Whenever we need money, we ask for it.
Okay.
So you could just hang on to it, and whenever we need it for something, we ask for donations, and you can donate. So other than that, I think that sit on your gold pile like a dragon. That's exactly right, and try to have a fat stack. I try to keep 300 to 500 gold, and it'll go down to 50 and back up to 500, and down to 50 and back up to 500. It fluctuates a lot. It's a good idea to keep money in multiple towns. It's a good idea to put money in multiple public banks. We can show you where some of those are in case you go red.
I've been doing that. I've been building up in Tindrum and Vada.
Yeah. Let's see. So
A big one is don't be afraid to ask for help getting donkeys and horses and stuff like that. You shouldn't have to be running everywhere. And if you need advice on, what to grind, hey, I want to make some gold. What can I do? Have somebody go out there and show you the whole step and the places we go to.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to get away from the graveyard, and you guys have showed me the Razorbacks, so I'm going to start studying that Razorback area.
How do you get mounts? That's
Hot mounts, you can ask Signala or you can ask Vish. Vish has like 20 bull horses. No one asked for bull horses, but I got them. They're all over like 50 speed.
yeah. I somehow lost your one horse that you gave me earlier.
So you just ask people for them.
Yeah, and even just having donkeys or just having, somebody run out and grab a couple step horses so you can fill up your bank with mounts. That way it's not a big deal. If somebody kills your donkey, okay, I lost a little bit of time, a little bit of gold, not a big deal. Signala and Food Tamer, which is the public account, are kind of our two tamers who can grab stuff easy.
that all sounds good. Okay. So what was the next thing?
Direction we're heading.
So they're making several game changes. The game's getting put on Steam. They're adding a new continent, and they're making changes to the way that the control of territory works in the game. All of that is going to upset the balance of the way stuff is in the game right now, which I think is much needed. So I don't really know how all that's going to play out for us, but I think that our best shot at making a grab for a piece of the pie is when the balance gets upset. It has been my goal to make some friends in the game that are like-minded and mature and reasonable to deal with and not childish. And also English speaking, that helps too in this game. So I'm going to continue to work on that. The list is getting shorter and shorter. I think that getting trained up, going out and fighting, and learning to play is 60 to 90 days worth of work, easy. Yeah, hopefully we could get some more friends so that we can have a little bit larger presence in here. If we could have 15 or 20 people on at a time during prime time, I think we could really accomplish some stuff. Anybody got anything else? Cool.
Oh yeah, if we show up to the keep, that keep defense with 15 fighters, that would look very impressive.
Yes.
That's the goal. We want to show a presence. Even if you're not skilled up, it would be great for everyone to come along that can possibly come along.
And I just got a small side note, and that's just people are more impressed by your actions than by your words and everything else like that. So, I think it's always impressed me, like Fu and other games have put up a good fight and never did a lot of shit talking. So even on a personal level, there's no reason to shit talk somebody if they kill you, things like that. And then I also think it's important, even on TeamSpeak, to not be shit talkers. Doesn't mean you have to suck dick while you're doing it, but it means, just handle your business, have fun with the game, and not be, there's no reason to take everything personal. It is a game.
That's my preference, unless you're trying to resolve a reasonable conflict. Just don't say anything to the enemy in the game.
Good fight is about all you need. So what are we gonna do, Don? We just continue with this war deck? Is that the plan?
I'm gonna ride it until it's done. They need to surrender, as far as I'm concerned.
And stop screwing with our guys.
Instakiller was telling us today that they were in the process of reforming their guild because they didn't really like the name Dawn because it was kind of silly, and we're going to come up with a new name and just use that as kind of a recruit guild, You know what I'm saying? They can end it anytime. If they surrender and send me a tell and say, hey, we're surrendering, or join on comms.
Boost used to be in Dawn right here, and he's at the gazebo.
And I'll say, your people never attack us again anywhere for any reason. You know? Or we war deck you again. It's just so simple. But it may be that we just have to leave them war decked forever. I'm okay with that. Alright, so is this meeting over?
Looks like it.
Alright, cool.